Everyone reaches a moment in life when everything feels unclear, when the future looks foggy and every step forward feels risky. But what if I told you that one single decision, made in just a few seconds, can completely change a person's entire future forever? Stay with me because this story might feel uncomfortably close to your own life. And before we go any further, if you enjoy powerful stories that push your mindset forward, make sure you like this video and subscribe to me, because stories like this are exactly what we share here to help you rise beyond your limits. There was a man named Daniel who once felt lost in a way that's hard to explain unless you've lived it yourself. From the outside, his life looked fine. He had a job, a small apartment, and people who knew his name. But inside, he felt empty. Every morning he woke up with a heavy chest, already tired of a day that hadn't even started yet. He would stare at the ceiling and wonder if this was really all his life was ever going to be. Work, eat, sleep, repeat. No excitement, no real purpose, just survival. Daniel had dreams. Once, when he was younger, he believed he would do something meaningful, something that mattered. But over time, those dreams slowly faded as reality pushed harder and harder. Bills, expectations, fear of failure, fear of judgment, and the pressure to play it safe, all stacked up until his dreams felt like childish fantasies he was embarrassed to even think about. Every evening after work, he would sit on his old couch, scrolling through his phone, watching other people live their lives. People traveling, building businesses, creating art, speaking on stages, doing things that looked bold and alive. And the more he watched, the more he felt like a ghost in his own life. He wasn't moving forward. He wasn't moving backward either. He was just stuck. One night, something inside him snapped. Not in a loud or dramatic way, but in a quiet, dangerous way. The kind where you realize that if nothing changes, your life will look exactly the same 10 years from now. That thought scared him more than failure ever could. He imagined himself older, still sitting on the same couch, still complaining about the same problems, still wishing he had done something different. And that image made his stomach turn. Daniel knew something had to change, but he didn't know what. His mind was filled with confusion. Should he quit his job, start a business, move to another city, go back to school, or just accept that this was how life worked? The confusion was so heavy that it almost paralyzed him. But deep down he felt a small voice telling him that waiting was the worst option of all. So he did something that didn't make sense to anyone else. He made one bold decision. He decided to quit his job and give himself 1 year to chase what he truly wanted. No safety net. No excuses. Just 1 year to see if he could build a life that felt worth living. Everyone thought he was crazy. His friends told him he was throwing away stability. His family worried he would fail. Some people even laughed. But for the first time in years, Daniel felt something different. He felt alive. Scared, yes, but alive. There's a strange kind of energy that comes when you finally stop running from what you really want. The first few months were brutal. The money started to run low. Rejection showed up daily. Doubt whispered in his ear every night. There were moments when he almost gave up, when he almost went back to the old safe life. But something had changed inside him. He had already seen how painful staying stuck was, and he refused to go back to that prison. He worked harder than he ever had before. He learned new skills. He failed. He tried again. He got better. Slowly, tiny opportunities started to appear. A small client here, a small win there. Nothing big, but enough to keep him going. A year later, Daniel wasn't rich, but he was no longer lost. He had built something of his own. More importantly, he had built confidence. He knew that no matter what happened, he could rely on himself. That one bold decision didn't just change his career, it changed how he saw himself. Years passed, and that decision continued to shape his future in ways he never imagined. He built a business, he traveled, he met people who inspired him. But the biggest change was inside. He no longer felt like a victim of life. He felt like the creator of it. The truth is, most people never make that one bold decision. They stay trapped in confusion, waiting for the perfect moment that never comes. They choose comfort over growth, and safety over potential. And slowly, their dreams fade into regrets. If you're watching this right now and you feel stuck, lost, or unsure about your future, This story is not random. It's a reminder that one choice can change everything. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need the courage to take one step forward. If this story hits you in any way, make sure to comment below what decision you know you need to make. And share this video with someone who might need to hear this message today. And don't forget to stay connected with Mindre Story 7 for more stories that challenge you to rise. Because your future is being shaped by the choices you make right now.